Greetings, beloveds. Welcome to my channel. Today's session is on compassion. Why compassion? That's a question all of us need to ask ourselves every single day. टाइम नहीं है ये सब सोचने का या दलाई लामा जी के जैसे बनने का or even to think about having to cultivate saintly qualities in this world is the idea that may not resonate with everyone. But from time to time, trust me, life has its own ways to teach you lessons. So it's better that you learn the lesson the first time. That's where it is appropriate and kind of easy also. Why compassion? Because we are humans and it becomes our responsibility to cultivate compassion in ourselves so that we can be compassionate with everyone around us. It could be by just by sharing a smile with someone, sharing a good thought, a good idea, a positive feedback to someone. Feedback doesn't mean that you are just critically commenting on the work of the other person without caring or how he or she will feel, or just thinking this way, well, that's his or her problem to think about this way. I just gave a feedback. You see how you can bring compassion there, how you can bring compassion to every single thing that you do in a day, at your home, with your partner, with your children, with your family members, at workplace, with your boss, with your employees, with your colleagues, and with your friends, with every relationship. And how you can be compassionate with yourself. Of course, it all starts with you first. So compassion in thoughts, compassion in feelings, and compassion in action. That's what I want you to understand in today's session. How one can practice compassion? How have you learned driving? By driving again and again and again until you properly learn to drive. Now, I don't know if you drive properly, but it comes through practice. How do you understand or learn about any course? First, you have to get into the course and practice. That's how you learn. So it's by practicing that you become that, you learn about it properly. The same is with the compassion. Have you practiced compassion? By choosing to be compassionate. Now, compassion is a choice. It's up to you whether you want to do the work with or without compassion. Surely with compassion it will make such a great difference. First in yourself and then in the lives of other people. Dalai Lama says, having compassion for oneself is the basis for developing compassion for others. Having compassion for oneself is the basis for developing compassion for others. You've got to be compassionate with yourself. If you make a mistake in doing some work, or if you are critically commenting about yourself or about other people, you're not being compassionate at all. See how you can bring compassionate understanding to that analysis about yourself or about the work of other people, or in general about anyone's behavior. Because it's impossible to be compassionate with others if you cannot be kind and loving and gentle with yourself. You know, even if you are judging someone else, which people does all the time, then it definitely doesn't mean that you are loving with yourself. It doesn't mean that you have a self-care routine. You don't have a self-care routine if you are critically commenting and judging someone else all the time for who they are or what they do. So it's important that we start being compassionate with ourselves. What kind of loving, compassionate thoughts I can create, I can think for myself, and how may I share that loving kindness with other people? Compassionate doesn't mean that you become like a doormat. It's compassionate with boundaries. So you got to be clear what you value in your life, what is accepting to you and what is unacceptable to you. It's up to you, know what you are inviting into your life, what you and if another person is crossing that boundary, then what awareness you have about yourself that you can communicate and dictate very gently that boundary to the other person who is trying to violate it. So compassion with boundaries means this: you are very clear and aware of what you are inviting into your life, and the same thing you are communicating to people, of course with a lot of respect and kindness, whenever they seems to be violating your boundaries. And boundaries has nothing to do with the kind of wall that people create unconsciously around them. That is different. Boundaries has to do with yourself, with your self-esteem, as in this is what is okay with you and this is what that is not okay. But it is in terms of honoring yourself, again not in denial, not projection, not at all boosting your ego and self-defense mechanisms. No, this has to do with your authentic self. Now compassion comes from the Latin word pati and cum. It means to sit with the pain. So here you are shutting all your judgments, critical thoughts about yourself and other people, and you are fully present in the experience of another person. This is called empathy, which is different from sympathy. Sympathy has to do with pitying them, means you see that, yeah, I understand, even I have gone through the same thing, and you are just so quick to give solutions and advices. Whereas in empathy, you validate the other person, you validate the pain the other person is going through, and then you share your perspective in terms of empathizing with them. So this involves respecting the pain and whatever the person is going through, and then giving them a gentle solution towards it, wherein you are not imposing your willpower, you are not imposing your rational attitude, your ideas, your opinions towards them. That's very important. So compassion is to sit with. Another way which I am understanding is that to sit with that pain and really feel it and understand what it is trying to teach me and where do I need to bring a change. That is compassion, to sit with. It's so easy, comfortable to distract yourself and to go for quick fixes and quick distractions. That's not healthy. That's not healthy for your well-being, for your psychology. So to sit with means you are sitting with that pain and really feeling it and understanding for what it is. Now I want to bring clarity here. Each one of us goes through problem from time to time. How we can solve that problem, how we can overcome any challenge or difficult situations, by not becoming that problem, by not becoming that difficult challenge. You have to separate yourself from the problem so that you can attack the problem and solve it. If you become the problem, then of course you are likely to suffer psychologically. But if you separate yourself from the problem, again this comes from self-awareness. can go through my previous sessions for right understanding about this. So separate yourself from the problem so that you can challenge the problem and overcome it. You see the problem for what it is. It is a problem that needs your attention, to which you have to sit with so that you can solve it. That's compassion. Compassion with boundaries, like I said, and it also means acceptance. You have to accept the reality for what it is. You have to accept the other person for who or she is. Then only you can practice compassion. Another clarity here. You have to separate person from his or her behavior. So you are so disrespectful, you are so abusive, you are a jerk, you are this, you are that. You are labeling the person and identifying with it. But when you separate the person from his behavior, then only you are bringing your rational understanding to it. Otherwise, it's all egoic, it's all unconscious. You see, your behavior was disrespectful in this situation. Your behavior was disrespectful towards me. Here first you are separating the person from his or her bad behaviors. Second, you are practicing compassion with boundaries, because like I said, we are not a doormats. So your behavior was disrespectful, your behavior was abusive. Communicate that from a place of worthiness, not from a place of victimhood. So therefore, compassion starts with yourself, wherein you are not engaging in the patterns of being a victim. And because that seems familiar and it's comfortable, we tend to get into it. That happens unconsciously also. That's okay, but be aware now and change it. Okay? So that was all about compassion. See, we are here on this planet to serve. We are just not here, to born and just to wander and travel, and yeah, this is for all of us, but we are human beings who evolve and expand by being in the company of other human beings, by being in the company of like-minded people, or higher state of consciousness and awareness. And these values are of so importance. I mean, intellectuality is good, but you got to be one with your emotional intelligence as well. Again, a very broad term which I just use, on which another class is required. But what I'm trying to say is, your consciousness, your mindset, your right attitude, your level of awareness is very, very important. And compassion is very, very important. Whether you are a boss, you are a supervisor, you are in so and so position, and even if you are an employee, you are a child, or whosoever, you are a student or you are an intern. So yeah, these all are the work roles. But see how you can bring compassion firstly into your life on a daily basis, and then how you share that compassion with people around you. Please be, I'm making a request to you, please be very kind and loving and compassionate. Your intelligence is of no use if you don't know how to uplift other people around you. No matter how high you are on intelligence, how successful you are, but if you are quick to anger, quick to get upset, then you need a lot of emotional knowledge. You need to learn a lot of good values in your life. So intelligence and intellectuality means that you are uplifting people around you in a very gentle, kind and polite manner. So practice compassion, and here is the exercise for you to do. I want you to write a letter to yourself. Considering this thing, what are the things that you don't like about yourself, or that you are highly critical about yourself? Write that down. Be honest with yourself and don't judge yourself in the process. Be kind, loving. And after writing this, I want you to think about a real friend or an imaginary one who accepts you just as you are. Who accepts you just as you are. And then write a letter to yourself from the perspective of that real or imaginary friend. You know, I always think this way. I am the person my dog thinks I am. So that makes it easy for me. So as you do this, you will learn that how you can be compassionate with yourself, how you can accept yourself just as you are, of course focusing on the growth, but in a very kind and compassionate manner. Please be compassionate and loving with everyone around you, because you don't know what is the story of that person. I'm not saying you to figure out the story. You don't have to be a psychologist if you are not. But be kind and compassionate. Thank you so much.